This video is proudly sponsored by HelloFresh.
As most of you guys know by now, this is actually my BMW E46 that was left to rot under a tree for 4 years. It was in an absolutely disgusting, disgraceful condition. I mean, if you didn't tell, that's actually a sunroof, if you couldn't tell. So I negotiated with the owner on a price, put it on the back of a recovery truck, back to my house. And after getting the car back home, we actually discovered it has a stalling issue where the car could start. However, after just a few seconds, it would die. Okay, it died. We messed around with everything that wasn't the problem, only to discover that simply unplugging the MAF sensor fixed the problem. But now, the car actually starts and it doesn't stall. So in today's video, we need to replace the MAF sensor, and the last MOT on this car was this date right here. So for today's video, we're getting this neglected BMW E46 back on road for the first time in a long time. Let's go. There is actually one thing right here that we need to sort out, because this is definitely not passing the MOT. The registration plate's completely cracked right there. It looks like Elsa's been casting spells. You know, the sexy gal out of Frozen. Is that weird? So of course, if you guys haven't guessed, the first thing we're doing today, get this through the MOT, it's new number plates. Man's got... I'm shook. This is dangerous. Mate, I'm gonna need a new fingerprint ID, mate. That's just slashed my finger open. Oh, Jesus. Oh. So these new plates were actually made by Reg Plate King in Sheffield. I'll put a link to them in the description. And if you are looking to get your own plates, use discount code the OtherStuff for money off your purchase. Oh, mate, that was straight pornography. Oy! Now moving on to the rears. These were not bad at all, but we're stripping them straight off for these new fresh ones. So it is now time to focus on the main problem of this car, addressing this MAF issue. Inside here, we've actually got a completely new MAF sensor because the old one was the culprit for the stalling issue. Let's plug it in and see if this fixes the problem, because if it doesn't, well, the MOT tomorrow might not be going ahead, or we'll be going into it with no MAF sensor. So the easiest way to find out if it was the MAF sensor is just to plug it in and find out. Oh. We have a bigger problem. Oh shit. That wasn't supposed to happen. It's kind of stumped me now. I've got an MOT tomorrow. What do I want to say? So this could potentially be indicating a bigger problem than we first thought. It's probably not just a mass airflow sensor, but instead, I don't know. Why would that be? Why would this sensor be causing everything to shut off? So I initially thought it was a faulty or dirty MAF sensor. However, it's looking to be a bigger problem. The best way to find out is by stripping the car apart and trying to find the problem. Now, because this is an airflow sensor, the smartest place, even for someone like me, would be the air intake. And of course, we found an issue. Right, I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but there's a split in the silicone intake, and this is actually a pretty common issue with E46s. So the next day, I had one ordered and in my hands, ready to fit. Ow! Let's get them fitted. We're to start off by taking off the diesel valve off the side of the intake. And while we are at it, we actually took the idle air control valve off, which you guys were telling me to take off and clean, because it could be causing the stalling issue. Honestly, if it wasn't for you guys in my comments, I wouldn't know what half of these parts are. But after cleaning that, we then got everything all back together, including the new silicone hoses and the new MAF sensor. So we've got the jump starter all plugged in, it's beeping away. MAF sensor all plugged in. We haven't actually got that metal piece, but we're just going to run it right now. And hopefully when we start the car, it's not going to turn off now that we've got the MAF all plugged in. If it does, we'll have a bigger problem. But let's go hop in the car. Oi! Oh, let's see. Let's see. I think we've just fixed it. I believe it must have been the silicone hose with that massive gaping hole in. It's idling even better than it was before. I think we might have fixed it with that silicone hose. The throttle response is even better now. Obviously, so much better now with that new silicone hose. Now before we head to the MOT, there's actually one thing I've just noticed, and it's this cloudy headlight we're going to sort out before we send it in for the MOT. The right headlight literally looks like this. Like that, mate. Not a good look, is it?
So using nothing but a DA polisher and a little polish, it went from this to this.
Not perfect, but for a 20-year-old car, that will do.
Right, so now that the BMW is ready for its MOT and it doesn't stall anymore, oh, my belly's rumbling. I think it's time for some food. One of my pet peeves is driving to the supermarket, parking next to some sausage who's gonna ding my door, going into the supermarket just to stand behind some sausage in the supermarket who's mad at the cashier for not scanning their coupon, only to realise I haven't got the stuff that I've wanted. And that is why I use HelloFresh. Delicious meals delivered directly to your door in pre-portioned ingredients. What more could you want? No more supermarket trips.
So with all these delicious ingredients, we are going to be making roast chicken breast and crispy serrano ham with peppercorn sauce and vegetables. And all of this made possible with their super easy step-by-step recipe guides. Got straight onto prepping the ingredients.
Time to add these beauties. Bang. Oh. Chefing it up, mate. I personally like using HelloFresh because I'm a young guy. I don't have much cooking time under my belt, but HelloFresh makes it super simple and easy to learn how to cook all the different ingredients. Now, as we're heading into the holiday season, you can enjoy a diverse menu of seasonal recipes that fit everyone's schedule in this holiday time. High quality meals from just £3.15 per serving. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh, mate. Pow! And just like that, we have got ourselves a beautiful home-cooked meal that I did myself. If someone cooked me this meal, I'd wife them up that second. I'd put a ring on that finger. That is beautiful. The wedding would be tomorrow. I'm gonna have to wife myself up for cooking this. Oh my. Jenny, I could cry.
That was absolutely 10 out of 10. And if that meal I just cooked isn't to your liking, they got so many different recipes each week. For the rest of the week, I've actually got sirloin steak and I've got a chicken curry to eat. So if you guys are at all interested in trying HelloFresh and making your dinner times simpler and tastier, click the link in the description, scan the QR code right next to me, or use my discount code OtherStuff60 for 60% off your first box, plus free desserts for life. What more do you want? Honestly, what more do you want? A massage and a new car. Incredible deal. Tag me on Instagram once you actually get your first box. Right, so without further ado, let's try and drive this car to the MOT station where we can hopefully get it back on the road for the first time in 4 or 5 years. Let's go! Okay, all right then. So, it is the day of the BMW E46 MOT. Right now, pretty much, I'm just gonna go to the petrol station, fill the tank up, and then head to the MOT station. You guys will be proud to know, I listened to you, we're not going to quick fit again. Hopefully, we're now actually gonna make it to the MOT centre. Let's go!
After chucking in some cat cleaner, we were all ready to set off for this MOT.
Now the thing is with these first drives, like I've noticed, is obviously these cars don't have MOT, so I can't just drive them around and test them. These first drives to the MOT centre are the most critical because that's when problems arise. It's all good a car being sat on the driveway, being started for 10 minutes. You're not going to notice any problems, but on the way, when you're flooring it, when you're putting pressure on a car's engine, that's when you'll notice maybe it starts to overheat or something, or you'll notice problems then and there. First petrol fill up in God knows how long. Wow, this is a special moment. Oh, there you go.
Right, let's fill this sucker up, baby. You have got no money. I know. Right, there we go. What? Two. Oh. Now, guys, it is the time where we're going to head to the MOT test, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will pass.
An MOT test is really, really scary because just like the Mini Cooper that failed on lower subframe bushings, an MOT failure is enough to write a car off. And with something like my BMW E46, which hasn't been put for an MOT in 4 years, it could fail on literally anything. And of course, there's only one way to find out: by driving the BMW to an MOT centre and praying on my hands and knees.
There it is, BMW going in for the MOT. Fingers crossed it comes out. Passed. That'd be lovely if it passed first time. It wouldn't be me if it passed first time though.
Now, of course, I can't unfortunately film the MOT test, but have we just resurrected this BMW E46 back onto the road with nothing but a £20 part and a fresh MOT? So getting straight into the results, the MOT on the 1st of November actually came out as a fail. We failed the MOT on a near side rear stop lamp or the brake light. However, of course, they rectified it there and then and actually passed it right after changing it. So the BMW passed. Passed, and we've got a few advisories. We've got a front anti-roll bar or the drop link. We got brake pipes corroded, brake disc worn, general corrosion underside. We have absolutely smashed this MOT with only a few advisories, which we will address in the next video. Was about as lucky as winning the lottery. Maybe I might need to go buy a lottery ticket now. When he told me it's passed, I was like, are you taking a piss? With that Mini Cooper, how many MOTs did we have? Like,
What a car this is!
how is this being sat off-road? A naturally aspirated 6-cylinder, 3-litre car sat off-road. I mean, it's got no noise to it whatsoever. I think a Prius sounds beefier than this at the moment. But wow, 230 brake horsepower this car is. Me gusta! But wow, this car has come a long way since a month ago when I picked it up. In 1 month, we got it back up and running for its new lease of life. Now, this BMW is actually insured with ADRIAN FLUX, as well as my other BMW and my Mini Cooper. ADRIAN FLUX are amazing for me because I obviously like modifying my cars, and just so you know, there's going to be an exhaust on this car. So knowing that the modifications are declared is a big peace of mind for me. If you guys would like an insurance quote, click the link in the description. Now, the MOT did actually teach us a few things. Number one is, this really surprised me, but for a 21-year-old car, it's actually got an exhaust valve that isn't actually hooked up. So this is actually meant to be a valved exhaust system, so it should sound nicer under harsh acceleration, but it's not working, so we need to fix that. And the second thing is, on the way to the MOT centre and now driving the car about,
I got nowhere to put my drinks. There's literally 0 cup holders in this fucking car. It's ridiculous. Is there any in the back? So that's why, going to ricerboys.com, we've actually just picked up a BMW E46 cup holder replacement, which we're going to fit right now. Look at that.
now we've actually got a flipping cup holder. It does get blocked by one of them, but we've actually got a cup holder. Finally! And also, not to mention, this button is like a James Bond button. You could store your coins in there. Not that literally anyone uses coins anymore, but yeah!
So the next thing we're actually going to be sorting out is this exhaust flap. If I see a flap like this ever again in my life, I'm going to run for the hills. This isn't about cars.
Heading under the car, here's the exhaust system. And that little system on the top is the valve. And it basically opens and closes the valve. But I don't know if you can see that little nipple on the top. That is where the vacuum line should go. But it's just obviously decayed over time. And that other piece right there is the vacuum line, which should be connected to that valve controller. Luckily for me, I've actually got some vacuum line right here.
And it was as simple as connecting the vacuum line to the valve and then using an adapter to connect the two lines together. And hopefully that should work.
Right, so it's now time to see if those new vacuum lines have actually fixed the valve. I don't know if you can see right now, but the valve is actually shut. It's only coming out of this side. But I'm gonna guess if I rev it hard enough or under harsh acceleration, that should open, giving it a more throaty sound. Fingers crossed.
So I don't know if you can actually see now, but the exhaust fumes are coming out of both tips midway through the rev, which means that the valve is actually opening. I mean, I can't lie, it doesn't sound any different now that the valve is connected and working, but at least we know it's working.
And we're actually now back where we started with a fresh MOT and dirty hands to fit the last part of today's video, which is actually the little clip on the MAF sensor. Pretty much with the old sensor, I actually yanked this off in the first video and then I lost it. But really, you're only meant to actually push down the electrical clip and then pull it out. I didn't know that. So I've actually had to order a completely new one. Hopefully this one fits because it looks a bit smaller. But so again, if it wasn't for you lot, I wouldn't know how to do anything on a car. So hopefully if we just install this back, sorry about the grubby hands, mate. Come on. Yes, I think it's worked. Yeah, that's it. Now we're all good, I think. Lovely jubbly. So that is unfortunately the end of today's video. Getting this BMW E46 back on the road. In the next video, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of modifications and basically modernising this BMW E46 to a more modern day standard. But anyway, thank you guys so much for all the support on this BMW E46. If you've got to the end of this video, then comment magnet. And I'll subscribe to everybody who does that, unless there's 10,000 of you. Thank you so much for all the love and the support on this car. Cannot wait for the next one.
And don't forget to click the link in the description to HelloFresh to get your first box today. Or scan the QR code right next to me. You guys know the drill.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a nice day. And I'll see your faces in my next video.